All right, so I've been watching just like my YouTube like recommended feed gives me really random shit sometimes.
Okay.
And lately, I don't know what happened, but I've gone down like a avenue in YouTube where I get suggested these videos where it started off as people who were reviewing different kinds of like alcohol, you know? And I
Okay.
I really don't even drink myself. Like I never really drink. So I was like, why am I whatever? So I first started with a couple of YouTube shorts, and then these videos started getting recommended, and then I went to this very, very dark like place in YouTube where people are just getting fucking hammered on YouTube and that's is like their full-time job. Like there's this one guy. I'll have to show you some of his videos. He mixes like 8 or 9 different kinds of alcohol, and not just like one shot of each. They're like one and a half, 2 shots each. And he's like, they call this the cowboy killer. And he like fucking he takes like a big drink. He's like, wow, that's strong. And then it's just like he just like chugs the entire thing, and he's like, all right, guys. So if you like the video, like it's like they're just hammered by the end of the video. Like their faces change
He should
color.
live stream. See, I bet they have IVs. Like, I bet their loved ones. Actually, they don't have loved ones. They're obviously aggressive alcoholics. Welcome to We Didn't Say That, by the way.
Yeah, welcome back,
But I
guys.
feel like there's a shot that they just have like actual IV equipment in their house after they do that, or else they'd always have alcohol poisoning. If you can drink a giant
No, I think
thing
they're
with
just
nine
alcoholics. I
liquors,
think they're just straight up alcoholics and they're getting paid. And people are like, because if you look at the
must
comments, people
feed
are
your
like, fuck yeah,
addiction.
bro. Like, that's sick. That's what's up. Drinking that much alcohol on
If you want to
camera.
ride a
That's sick.
monster truck.
So there's just a group of people like, and they have a lot of followers.
Yeah, because it's funny to see people get fucked up.
I mean, it's true, but I assume there are people who are also like, I'm gonna make a cowboy killer and drink it with him, and they're
Yeah,
getting
so
fucking hammered.
or they're like, "Yeah, look at this, dude. I don't even have a problem. You see what this motherfucker's doing?
Yeah, look, he's drinking 2 of these
Nine
things. I just had
liquors.
one.
I drink my liquor separate from each
Yeah,
other.
it's
Sicko."
really crazy shit. Or they're like, we're doing this challenge where you take a shot of beer every minute for 100 minutes. A
How many
hundred
things of
shots of
beer did
beer.
they go through?
I don't even know because there was like 4 people doing it, so they were just using like one can each. So they were just ripping through cases of like quarts or
Wow.
whatever. But yeah, and then by like a minute in, you're fucking throwing up because you're like you've already taken 60 shots of beer.
And each time it kind of like foams up in your stomach.
Exactly. That's like the whole thing.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah, so yeah, like 45 seconds in, you're like projectile
Yeah,
vomiting.
that's disgusting.
It's
Why
a
would you watch that?
oh, this was like well, this was when like another dark phase of YouTube when challenge videos were like
Oh
the
yeah,
fucking thing.
those
Do
are
you
kind of
remember that?
funny.
Dude, people were just poisoning
Tide
themselves
Pod,
doing yeah.
cinnamon.
All oh dude, did you ever try the cinnamon challenge?
No, I'm not
I
a
did this.
weirdo.
I did the cinnamon
Actually, I think I
challenge.
did. It's not
Yeah,
that
so
bad
you are a
compared to other
weirdo.
things.
No, it
What are
was the
worse
most tame
challenges?
one.
Yeah, it's not even that bad.
Yeah, you don't even have to bite into like laundry detergent
Yeah,
to be
dude, you
cool.
just
You just
you
try
just
to
eat
eat
a
a
spice.
yeah, just a spoonful of cinnamon.
And then after it kind of burns your throat, you're like, I'm gonna eat some sugar, and you're fine.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, like it dries out your mouth instantly. So now you
Yeah,
just have this fucking your mouth is dry with powder. It's like you're
I
just
mean, come
immediately
on.
choking. I mean, it's about the
It's
coolest thing
the
you can do when
taste.
you're
It's
13.
it's the taste, dude. No, the coolest thing you can do when you're 13 is probably I don't know if you've ever I don't know if we should talk about that.
What?
The graffiti on the
No,
tennis
that's
courts.
fine.
There are these white kids who decided to be funny. We went to a high school with a pretty large number of Jewish people, and there are these white
See.
middle schoolers who thought it'd be funny to go to the the tennis courts and spray paint a pretty anti-Jewish
A fucking
symbol. I
swastika,
don't know if we're.
obviously a
I mean, I guess I
swastika.
can bleep it out for the other stuff. Okay, whatever. A swastika on the gym courts, and they had like a whole ass or tennis courts, and they had like a whole ass investigation with the police over who did it, and it ended up being these middle schoolers. That's what the coolest thing a 13-year-old can do.
Yeah, just
Vandalism.
go to a fucking tennis court and draw
Not
swastikas
swastikas.
with
It can
fucking
be
spray paint.
anything but swastikas
What
are
else are you
cool.
gonna draw?
If you're gonna do
Swastikas are
another
the only thing
swastika,
you
you're not
can
original
graffiti.
at all.
No, you're just a Nazi.
They also
That's
vandalized
also
the
not cool.
church across from the high school.
That was pretty funny.
So whatever.
Well, what did they spray paint on that?
I
Another
don't remember
swastika?
what they put on the church. If they put a swastika on the church, it'd be kind of funny
That
because
would
like
be
that has no
lit. That
connection
has
at all.
nothing to do. They're like,
That's wild.
are they trying to make like a political statement? Like the church
Are the
supports
new
Nazis?
Jews?
Oh yeah, maybe they are the new. They're like being prosecuted.
We're being hunted for.
That's something I know you've noticed that being a Catholic and all in the news, people are coming out and being like, Christians are being fucking put down as a people. Why are
Yeah,
we
it's
being
weird, dude.
silenced? And everything? What the fuck is up with
I
that?
don't know, dude. People got mad when they tried to take away Christmas and call it the winter solstice or some shit. And ever since then, Christians have been upset. Do you remember that when the atheists were pushing for school not to call it Christmas but the winter holiday?
When was this?
In like 2012. And ever since then, Christians are like, "What the fuck? No, it's Christmas, motherfucker. You can't take away Christmas from me, motherfucker."
Yeah, they're really all up in arms
Yeah,
about
dude, you
fucking
can't take away
everything. Like
Christmas.
anything about like pushing back against like Christianity, they're like they take it personally as an
Once you try to
affront.
take away Christmas, it's over, dude. Could you
Is it really?
imagine?
I think it's all super charged up from like the.
It's Christmas talk.
No, it ain't
You're
no damn
overthinking this.
Christmas.
You're overthinking this. It's Santa Claus and Jesus' birthday. That's what they're upset
And
about.
Christians got upset. They're gonna be pissed for like 250 years about this.
Yeah, dude.
Someone
I
disrespected
wouldn't.
Christmas,
I
and they're
wouldn't
like,
be.
we're all gonna be pissed off
I
for
wouldn't be surprised if we did another
six
crusade.
generations.
I wouldn't be surprised if we did another crusade on the atheists with
Oh yeah,
our Vatican money.
where are you guys gonna find them? We're all the atheists. We're all the I guess cities. Just start bombing major
Yeah, just
cities.
major cities.
Yeah, like New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles,
Las
Chicago,
Vegas, of
Miami.
course.
Miami, there's no God in Miami. Just sink Florida.
Did you hear what? Do you know why Miami's so weird?
What?
It's so criminal because Cuba, he opened up the port to allow Cubans to go back to America with their relatives that are already in America. He sent over 115,000 people. And 65,000 of those people were just criminals he took out of prison.
He just emptied
Yeah.
the
He
prisons and
just
like sent
emptied the
them to
prisons and
America.
sent them to America, and that's Miami.
I mean, it makes sense because Miami is so fucked. I mean, criminals from all around the world go to Miami to vacation. They get
That's
that's
insane.
like their destination. Be like going here to hang
It's
out.
basically no
I don't want to have to
laws.
deal with the authorities. Yeah, it's
It's
basically the Wild
basically
West.
Daytona Beach, another place in Florida for criminals.
We should just all every like presidential election, all the like Florida votes should just get lost in the ocean. We should just take all their votes and just dump them in the water.
No,
Be
everybody
like,
gets
we
a
can't
vote,
find
dude.
them.
Dude,
Not Floridians.
Florida has no income tax. That's kind of sick.
That is pretty sick.
I
There's
know.
no sales tax. No sales tax. I think in Oregon.
No, I think is it Oregon? I thought it was in one of the Dakotas or
I mean, I'm sure
Washington.
they also have no sales tax.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean that would be cool.
I guess that's the only reason to risk getting murdered by a serial killer and living in Oregon. Dude, the most prolific serial killers live in the Northwest, so it's basically all just like it must mean the cops are incompetent.
The
If
cops are
they
just dumb
can't
as hell
catch
up
these
there.
people, dude, yeah, there's a bunch of serial killers just running around up there all the time.
Well, it's just all that
Oh
place.
shit. On my drive here, I saw a garbage bag under an overpass and I was like, the only thing that could be is a dead body. The only thing a garbage bag under an overpass in the middle of Ohio on like country roads, it's a dead body.
It's something dead.
Some
isn't it?
bodies in there.
Yeah,
Maybe a dog,
cat.
maybe a cat,
Yeah.
maybe you accidentally ran over your neighbor's toddler. I don't know. It's something.
Be something that was alive is now dead in
And
that
it's
bag.
under an Ohio overpass.
I mean, is there any other place you'd want to be buried? Let's be honest. Don't you just want to have your dead body put into stuffed into a bag, then thrown under an overpass?
I think I would rather it be like, I'd be put in a harness, clothed, and I would just be like spread eagle over underneath an overpass like a pinata. And
Oh,
you
yeah.
drive past and I'd just nightmare you forever.
I
That
would
would be your worst fear forever.
I would want some sick fuck to like set up a contraption to where there's like a timer. I'm just like tied up, but once a timer goes, I just drop and I just like
bungee down.
yeah,
You
no,
bungee
just
down.
bungee down whenever there's a car and just don't and then my dead body. Oh my god, imagine it's tied around my neck, so I just fall and now my dead body's like hanging by my neck and people are
And
like,
then
oh my god.
head decapitates on your
No, it
body
ju-
and you
It just
You
fucking
fall on
it just
top of a
retracts back up until the next car comes and then it's just like, oh my god, like in Halloween.
911, what's your emergency? There's a dead body being hung and unhung on the highway. I've driven under this overpass 12 times.
I keep saying it.
Sir, are you a schizophrenic, sir? Did you take your medicine today? No, what's happening? Do you
No,
think they
for
ever
real.
investigate? How many calls do you think they have to get before they're like, oh, I gotta check on the bungee cord and dead body?
I mean, probably 40 calls before they're like, this must be some. But then the amount of calls are getting so quickly, they'd be like, okay, it's like it's out in an obvious place, people to see it. It's probably someone fucking around. So they'd be like, just let's get like a cruiser within the next hour out there to
Cares if it's a dead body
stop these calls.
scarring people
And
for
the-
life.
Yeah, the cop gets to the scene. And it's like, oh shit, this is an actual dead body. He's like, we need to fucking get EMS out here and shit. We need to get the coroner, all the
Crime
coroner.
scene unit to see what happened to this dead person to make them dead and be hung. That's like a Gotham thing. I could see the Joker doing that to someone.
What?
Just desecrating a body. That's desecration of a body. I just read a news article from Twitter that someone left a former funeral director left a body in the hearse for 2 years.
Oh yeah, what the
That's
fuck is up with that?
insane.
How does that even
How
happen?
did funeral homes suck so much?
Was it when like it was like she died right before COVID started, so they parked that hearse and were like, we're only cremating people, so they didn't even get in the hearse for a couple years.
I
That's the
think
only
it
way
was-
it makes sense. And
It
they're like,
was probably
oh
like
fuck, there's a
it
coffin in
said
here.
former funeral director, so he might have been like, "Oh, I quit. My funeral home is done, and I'm not going to tell you where your family member's body is. It's in the hearse."
Yeah, of course. That's the first place I'd check. Check the car that's made specifically to hide dead bodies.
and transport them to
Yeah,
and from in a wooden box.
exactly. Why wouldn't that be investigators' first fucking ideas to look in the vehicle
Why
design
wouldn't?
to do them?
Yeah, it's kind of on the cops.
Yeah, they're these dumb pigs. Do your fucking job. Find this dead body. And
Or
this is
it's
the
on the
most
family for be like, where's my grandma's dead body?
dude, if my grandma died or something and we were like we couldn't find her body, it would be like there's only so many places it could be. It's not gonna be in a fucking like restaurant or someone's basement. Like there's only so many places it can be. Let's
It
go
could be
find
in
them.
someone's basement.
That you know what? Now that I say that,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it
was like,
definitely could
probably
be.
not a restaurant. And you said someone's basement. I was like, I don't know. Some people are sicko.
That is true. You gotta the hiring process at the morgue must be a really interesting thing. Just to be like,
Like,
why do
do you
you
have a
want?
pulse?
Yeah, why do you want to work around dead bodies?
And then you hear about them. Then they end up killing someone, and you hear about them asking prostitutes to lay naked in a tub of ice before they have sex with them. And you're like, oh, that's just their thing.
Yeah, they just like
They just
fucking dead
like
bodies.
them popsicles.
That might be like just a perk they have to advertise now, where it's like you can bang the dead bodies. We just need people to do this work.
It's okay. You'll smell like formaldehyde forever. No, could you imagine just going in? You're just like a regular person. You're like, all right, I'll go work in a funeral home. It's good money. And you go in, and like the trainer is just like, hey, you know what? I'll leave you guys alone for a couple minutes. And he leaves, and you're just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do alone with this? And then he comes back and he's like, you finished? I was like, what was I supposed to do? He's like, oh, you're a prude. And you're like, how am I a prude? You go to the police immediately, and they're like,
Yeah,
happens all the time.
they'd be like, "Oh, is that Jerry down at the morgue? That's what he
That
does."
fucking rascal. He's always trying to get people to fuck corpses with him.
That'd be a funny prank. That'd be a funny prank if you worked in a morgue to get all the new people to fuck a dead
No,
body.
to make you think that you want them to try
No,
and
to
fuck.
actually get them to fuck. Be like, no, it's right.
That should be a test in the morgue. You
It's
should
a
try and trap someone into fucking a dead body. And if they try to fuck the dead body, you kick him out of the morgue.
well, it'd be like a rite of passage. It'd be like, well, now that you're here, you have to go through the initiation process. You already got hired, but to be one of us, you got to fuck the dead body. So
You
then
gotta
you get all the new people to fuck a dead
fuck it
body,
in the mouth.
and then you just laugh at them, and you're like, haha, you had sex with a corpse.
No, I think it should be a test. And if you try to fuck the dead body, you're no longer allowed in the business.
I think it's the other way around. I think if you do fuck the body, they're like, welcome in, brother.
But I'm sure some places
One
are
of
like that.
us.
I'm
One,
sure
oh,
quite a few places are like that, actually.
I assume the percent of people who fuck dead bodies that work in morgues is well above 50%.
Easy.
Yeah, well above.
Probably 70.
It's probably the culture. You're considered an outcast if you don't fucking like do
Fondle
any
at
yeah, you don't
least.
do anything to the dead bodies.
You don't diddle them a little bit. What are you? Rude?
Is there anything more depressing than actually working in a morgue and just constantly seeing dead bodies and having to deal with like crying people being like coming to
I
identify
don't know.
bodies being like,
Being
yeah,
married.
that's him. Yeah,
That's the lowest form of comedy someone can do.
boomer comedy.
Yeah, it's a boomer comedy.
Like, take my
Shout
wife.
out to the 140-year-old listening to this podcast. I'm sure you enjoyed that joke.
He's like, oh yeah, I wish God would
I
just
just
kill
screamed
my
in my pants.
fucking
Oh,
wife.
that was so funny.
They're so goddamn annoying.
The elderly?
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
the
not even
middle-aged.
elderly. Yeah, just like older people. Dude, it's
Like
just
27-year-old?
their opinions, and I know like everything has become like political and like supercharged or whatever. But honestly speaking, once you cross the age of 50, your opinions no longer matter.